Well, folks, you want to see what a gassed team looks like? That is it. The Canucks and the Senators go here on Monday, April 26th, and the Senators just had a step the whole way on the Canucks. Another sort of a snoozer game, similar to the game back on last Thursday, where neither team really looked like anything exciting was going to happen. In this case, another boring game where the Canucks just can't seem to buy a goal. In the pipes for both sides, Braden Holtby and Marcus Högberg. Holtby, again, the only real option with Demko out, unfortunately, due to a lower body injury. We don't know how long he'll be out for, but Holtby played fine. Holtby was not an issue tonight, I don't think. The real issue was the Canucks were slow and they couldn't get the puck out of their zone, and it was really clear that they weren't ready to play tonight. Let's do a quick recap, but we'll focus more on my thoughts on the end. And if you haven't already, go subscribe to the Canucks After Dark YouTube channel. We're live at 10 p.m. tonight. We'll talk a little bit about this game, but we'll talk a lot more about some other stuff along with the Canucks. So like the Demko injury, the Travis Green contract situation, things like that. You won't want to miss it. Stay tuned for that link right there. About 8 minutes into the first period. Looks like the Sens get on the board early, about 8 minutes in, but Thomas Chabot, a really nice move, walks around Jake Virtanen, comes in on Braden Holtby, who turns it aside. Puck comes right out into the slot there, into the front of the crease. Colin White jams it home, sends up 1-0, but it does not count. And this one was pretty obvious. Chabot, as he skated across the crease, sort of ended up getting Holtby's arm against him. It pulled Holtby completely out of the crease, so that's waved off. And then just a minute later, another really good chance for the Sens. Formanton comes in, rips a quick shot off the post. Shane Pinto has a chance with a wide open net, but he just can't bury it. So it's still 0-0, looking like, you know what, maybe the Canucks are going to get away with a few tonight, but that was the end of their puck luck there. About 10 minutes into the first period, Nate Schmidt, a really bad giveaway at the blue line, at the Ottawa blue line, results in a 2-on-1 the other way. Josh Norris comes in down the right wing, slows up, and then his shot just sneaks under the arm of Holtby to make it 1-0 Ottawa. You'd like Holtby to save this one, but he did fine the rest of the night, only allowing 2 goals. I'm not going to fault him for this loss. Right after that, we get a bit of a scrap between Virtanen and Dzingel. Mainly just a scuffle, nothing too exciting happening. So that is it for that. The Canucks do tie it still in the first period, though. The Canucks get set up nicely in the offensive zone with about 6 minutes to play. Myers feeds it over to Olli Juolevi, and there's like 5 bodies in front. He just lets a quick wrister go. Hauerluck with a really good screen as a part of that, and it just sneaks through everybody, gets in the top corner of the net, and the Canucks have tied this game at 1. Olli Juolevi with his second goal of the season, both against Ottawa. So good for Olli Juolevi, the former 6th overall pick. 5th overall pick? 5th overall pick. Second period. About 3.5 minutes into the second period, Canucks looking to take the lead. Niels Höglander, Bo Horvat in on a 2-on-1. Höglander hits the post. Seconds later, they're in on a 2-on-1 again. Horvat and Höglander. Horvat makes a nice little move to feed it over to Höglander, who has a wide open net, and he just grips the stick a little bit too hard and chops it wide. So it is still 1-1. 9 minutes to go in the second period. A big scramble in front of the Canucks net somehow stays out. Canucks at the end of a long shift, you know it's bad because a little shift timer comes up on Sportsnet there, which has nothing ever good has come from that shift timer popping up. Holtby makes a save, and the puck falls in front of him, and instead of covering it, he sweeps it to the corner. This is like a minute into a shift, so the Canucks are still stuck in their own zone. Puck ends up on the stick of Drake Batherson in sort of the high slot, sort of in the face-off circle. He rips a shot and scores, and it's 2-1 Ottawa. With about 5 minutes to go in the second period, Tyler Myers breaks his stick in his own zone. Basically another long shift, so Canucks are stuck out there. Myers ends up taking a dumb penalty. Couple of good chances here. Canucks are able to kill this one off, though. Canucks do go to the power play with about 1:19 to go in the second period. Dzingel gets called for a hold on Tanner Pearson. And in the dying seconds of this period, remember I was talking about puck luck here? Bo Horvat, high slot, lets one go. Högberg gets a piece of it. It trickles through. It's rolling, and he reaches back with the twig, his goal stick, pulls it off of the goal line, and it's still 2-1 Ottawa. We go to the third period, absolute boring period. Nothing happens until about 11 minutes into this third period. For a Vancouver Canucks team who is desperately battling for a playoff spot and down a goal going into the third period against the Ottawa Senators to not do basically anything in the third period, I think that really signifies just how gassed this team is after that COVID battle and taking 3.5 weeks off. A point shot by JT Miller gets deflected in front. A Sens D-man also almost kicks it into his own net, but Högberg's able to keep it out. With about 4.5 to go, though, Ottawa comes the other way. Hughes and Hamonic getting confused. Chris Tierney on a breakaway. A really good save by Holtby. Holtby was excellent here in these last couple of minutes because Nick Paul on a 2-on-1 gets a feed. Holtby does the full, just where his legs are literally like pointing the exact opposite directions, and slides across to rob Nick Paul, and it's looking like, okay, Holtby has kept you guys in it here. Go score one for him. Holtby goes to the bench with about 1:40 on the clock. A Tanner Pearson shot gets tipped just wide by Besser. I have no idea how this doesn't go in. Pearson's basically on the half wall, fires it, Besser tips it, and it looks like an open net, but it slides wide. So it's 2-1. And that's the final score. Pluses and minuses for this one. Only a couple of pluses here. I think Niels Höglander had a great, albeit really unlucky game. Höglander was all over the place, making really good plays left and right, like 3 or 4 really grade A scoring chances, and he just couldn't get one to go tonight. My other plus is Braden Holtby. He was solid. Again, the one goal you'd like him to save, but the huge saves he made later in the game more than make up for it. The minuses, though, just the energy level. And again, I'm not blaming this team, because to take 25 days off and then come back and then play, games one day apart after only skating a couple times and flying across the country, they should be gassed. But it was really clear they had so many shifts where they were just stuck in their own zone, unable to clear the puck. Every time every time that the Canucks seem to get scored on recently, it's because they can't get the puck out of their own zone. And that was the case again tonight. My second minus is the Canucks were not shooting the puck enough. They're up against Marcus Högberg, who I have it written down here, was an .869 save percentage coming into this game. And in the first period, Högberg looked shaky. He was sort of like stumbling. The pucks were hitting him and just bouncing off when these should be controlled rebounds. It was at the point where if the Canucks just kept shooting the puck, something was going to go in sooner or later, and they just weren't shooting the puck enough. They were trying really hard to sort of force those high danger chances, and things just didn't work when they tried to do that. The third minus is just the messiness and the sloppiness and the boringness of this game as a whole. It just felt like nothing happened this entire game. Like, I don't remember most of it. If I didn't have these notes, I would be like, the Canucks played a game and they lost, and that was about it. Because there was nothing memorable about this game. It was slow. It was sloppy. Also, you look at the Habs and Flames game, exactly the same. Slow, sloppy, ugly hockey. And it was funny because I was watching the end of that Habs game, the Habs and Flames game. And I was like, man, these teams both look bad. Like, the Canucks really have a window to open here. And then we watched this game and it's like, oh, they also look really bad. So I think fourth place is just up in the air, and it's going to be whoever flounders their way over the finish line first, probably Montreal. And I don't think whoever gets in that fourth place is really going to do too much in the playoffs. And that leads into my final minus, which is the Habs winning 2-1 over the Flames in regulation. I guess regulation's a good thing, at least. But the Habs get a win. Canucks fall that much further out of the playoff picture. They are 10 points back with 5 games in hand. So the Canucks really just need to win every game now, I guess. It's that easy. We go again against Ottawa on Wednesday at 2:30 p.m. an early one, so that'll be weird. Of course, I'll have my video up just after that game, just after 5 o'clock. But again, come watch Canucks After Dark tonight. Canuck Clay and I, 10 p.m. We'll chat for an hour. You guys can suggest some topics. And we hope to see you there. Again, linked in the description and on that card earlier on. Anyways, that's all I really got for this one. Not too much happened. Game pucks. I don't know. Let's go. I don't know. Let's give it to Batherson because he scored a goal, and I don't even remember who scored the Canucks goal. Ulevi? We give it to Ulevi. Anyways, that's it. I'll see you guys later.